Oh my gosh, hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello. Okay, gamers.
It's been a bit.
It's been a bit. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Much needed break though.
that's,
Why the
yeah,
hell is it
same.
showing twice on the screen?
I don't know. What's showing twice? What's happening? Oh,
It's fine. Ignore that.
because
Ignore the chat
tech
box.
technology is evil. That's my
Oh
assumption.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see. I see. Ah, I see. We're gonna remove that. Yep. I should fix that. Cool. Anyway, hey gamers, what's up? Oh boy. Hey Colton, what's up with you? What's up?
Oh, getting ready for next month. Everything's happening all at once this month, so
Oh yeah.
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 Because, yeah.
What's next month, Colton?
Next month is MagicCon Chicago, which is exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. I'm very excited in general. I'll be going. Colton's going.
Yes, it will be.
Yes. Jay will be going. Jay hasn't done this on the show, but he'll be going. And then we'll have a big, fun, happy debrief. Yeah, Jay's going to be
Yeah.
cosplaying.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
Cosplaying what?
Can you guess? Can you guess who?
A lizard?
No.
Oh, a minotaur.
No.
I give up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Winter.
Oh, nice. That tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Colton, you remember what we talked about last time that we were here?
Yes. We
Yeah?
talking about
Hmm.
how not to be a dick while playing Magic.
Well, a little bit.
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel was with us, and we were talking about how our expectations align differently with certain game formats and locations and like situations within playing the game, right? So one thing that came up. So if you don't know, every Sunday I go to my local game store, my friendly local game store, right? And I play some Commander. At this point in time, Jay and I usually go around the same like time of day. We usually get there around like 11:20, 11:30. So we usually get like the same people that we're playing with, which is fun, which is great. I like playing with them. Today we had a different person in our pod just because he was looking for a game. It's like, okay, cool. I've seen him around. I haven't played with him too much, but you know that is what it is. Whatever. Um, his deck was jank. Is all I could say. You know, like it was not good. It played with energy,
Okay.
but it was one of the. I actually don't. I'm so bad at remembering what people's like commanders are, but his commander was one of the 40k commanders that once like combat, it adds a +1/+1 to a creature.
Oh, Magus Lucia Kane.
Yeah, he was playing energy with that commander.
Fascinating choice.
Everyone kept asking why, and he kept saying, "I want to be special."
Okay.
And just like it was so annoying. Jay was playing Trelisara, I was playing Victor, so we had a lot of stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
I got a turn one, a third of the consoles. No one managed to remove it the entire game. Jay was playing elves, of course, so elves are really cheap to play. Elves are like two mana to
On
cast.
average, yeah.
Yeah, so he had a bunch of elves. It got to the point where he was making an elf warrior token every upkeep. So I was gaining life every upkeep. He was gaining life every upkeep. He had like 20 L's on the board at one point. It was great. Like Trellisar got pretty high. Um, Maybe about halfway through the game, this fourth guy milled out our like the other guy I usually play with. His name is Jesus. We usually play with him. He was playing Malcolm, the new Malcolm.
Oh, sure.
No, it was the coarser Malcolm, not the new one, the other one. Like they get like chorus counters every time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
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 for
yeah.
Ixalan. Well,
Yeah, the
the
Ixalan Malcolm.
new Ixalan Malcolm.
Yeah, yeah. I say new Malcolm because he was just in Cowboy Plane for some inexplicable reason.
Well, because Vraska was there.
I guess.
Yeah, he's like one of the very few legends where I'm like, okay, this is fine, actually, for that. But anyway.
Yeah. Regardless. So he's doing a lot of stuff with energy, but he's not having any interaction. He's not actually progressing the game at all. So it gets to the point where he is like fighting for his life because I had authority of the consoles and I also had the snake glimmer.
Oh, sure.
That like whenever I gain life, a target opponent loses that much life. So I kept pinging him for one every upkeep, and I could tell he was getting a little frustrated. But I also hated what he was doing. He wound up returning every creature but the one creature to hand. So he played a creature, and ETB, all creatures returned to their owner's hands.
Thousand Winds?
No, it was a creature.
Thousand Winds is a creature.
Oh, I don't know.
Did it look like a tornado?
No.
No.
It kind of looked like a whale. I may also be confusing it with the cloud whale. He also had that on board.
Okay.
With the dream counters. Sorry, vanishing. I don't know. These are two different creatures I'm talking about. Anyway, it was terrible. And he kept doing that. But the thing is, it didn't actually take away anything that was causing problems on the board. It wasn't removing any of the creatures. And because of the way that our stuff was set up, like, Jay just rebuilt his board in one turn because he had the mana and elves are so cheap. I didn't necessarily rebuild the board, but I could keep casting my commander because he returned it to my hand. You know? Like, so scared of Trellisara with like 20 counters, but like after one round they're rebuilt up again. You're not actually doing anything. He did that twice in a row.
So, was it Slyn Voda?
Oh, let me see. Was it Slyn Voda?
SLINN space VODA.
It might have been that one. Yeah, it might have been that one. Because there was no other, like, Leviathans, Octopi, Serpents, Merfolk, or Krakens on the board. Like, his deck kind of fucking sucked. And he wasn't even, like, playing a strategy. There wasn't a strategy. His strategy was to, like, play with energy. And he certainly was doing that. But it's like, okay, you're just jerking yourself off over there with your energy and not doing anything to actually play the game. You know?
Right.
It was so frustrating. You can tell I'm still upset about it. I wound up like he wound up killing Jay just like out of fucking nowhere. Like he spent like 29 energy to make his one creature go up to like a 36 and just killed Jay. And it's like, what took you so long to do that? And then I killed him by swinging a Shroud Stomper at him.
Oh, sure.
Like, okay, this was such a waste of time. It was a complete fucking waste of time. And we wanted to play another game after that, but Jesus had gone to a different pod because he didn't want to wait the whole time. I also had 90 health by then. Not once did they remove my authority of the consoles. So every time he reset the board, everything is coming back in tapped anyway. So, like, literally, I do not know what was going on. It got to at the end of the game, I told him, I said, hey, man, I'll be real with you. This wasn't fun. You need to do something with your deck. You need to change something up because you didn't do anything the game was ground to a halt, and it was just not fun to play.
Right.
And he just sort of like brushed me off about it. So I was like, okay, cool. So next time he wants to play in a pod with me, I'm just gonna tell him, does your deck have a strategy? If it's like last time we played, I don't want to play with you. And I'm not afraid to say that because I think it's within my right to be like, I don't want to play with you because you don't have a deck and it's not fun to play with that.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
yeah, yeah, and I won't be mean about it. I'll just be honest. Like, my only concern would be like the game store employees saying something, but like I don't think they would because I think they'd understand. So like, hey, listen, I'm not saying I won't play with him. I'm saying I won't play with that deck. I won't play with a deck that has no purpose like that, right?
Right.
Fuck, I'll lend you one of my decks. Like, God, at least there's some interaction. It was just really annoying.
I'm
Also, he just had
very
one of
sorry.
those voices that like was grating on my ears the entire time. I don't know. It's like one of the whole things. It's fine. It's okay. But I wanted to bring that up because I'm like, wow, we just talked about this. Um, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man. I think the only time this has happened was when we were playing with a Maha deck. And it's a guy I've played with before actually in a cube too, and his name is Alex. And like at the point where he's like, man, I'm never playing this again. Like it's not fun. I'm not doing anything. Like it was a Maha deck, but like he didn't like further. He just like bogged everyone else down. But he was able to like recognize that and be like, oh, this just wasn't fun for anyone, which I appreciate. Um, yeah. So that's what I have. That's my little mini rant for the week.
I think you're valid.
Thank you. I also think I'm valid. It's just hard.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we're here to talk about Innistrad, not
Yes.
about my woes at the game store.
Though your woes at the game store are fun to talk about.
It wasn't fun to experience. All right, so Innistrad Remastered, I had the unfortunate experience of, outside of whatever happened yesterday, I had the unfortunate experience of learning that Innistrad Remastered does not go into the standard rotation.
Yep. Unfortunately, no remasters do.
Which, like, I guess makes sense. It's just sort of like, then this is just a money grab, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it reprints a lot of cards that are very expensive, but other than that, yeah. And it's like supposedly supposed to have like a good draft. It's supposed to be draftable in a good way.
Okay.
But
Do we know?
yeah, pretty much.
Let me see here. So we don't have the full like list yet.
Correct.
But apparently they already have misprints. Mismatched double face cards. Jay did point something out though. I had a good Innistrad thing happen yesterday too. I bought a I talked about this in our chat, but I did buy
Right.
a collector booster for Midnight Hunt because they just had them. Like I always see like what boosters they have at the game store whenever we go. One, 'cause I like to open packs, and two, I like to like support them even when I'm just going there to play.
Right.
And they just suddenly had Midnight Hunt boosters out. I was like,
Nice.
oh, okay, cool. So I bought one. I got 3 Haunted Ridges.
That's so funny to me.
I got 5 rares in total. So Haunted Ridge is a land. It is Rakdos, so it's black and red. Haunted Ridge enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. What's with that? What's with that?
Um,
That
I
is
mean,
a
it's the slow cycle because Mirrodin released the fast cycle, and this was
yeah.
the slow cycle.
I guess, but I feel like that's probably it's why it's so expensive, right? This is like a $5 land card. Um,
Yeah, because it's some of the best fixing in standard currently.
yeah, it's a double land that almost always is going to come in untapped. So, I have three of those, two of which
Nice.
are um, the borderless, the alt from Midnight Hunt,
Oh, sure.
like the full art, and one of the full arts was foiled. So that's fun. That's a fun thing. I'm excited to see what we do with the Haunted Ridge. But okay, actually looking at Innistrad.
Yes.
Yes, I want to talk about a little about the lore for Innistrad and some of the different characters that we see in there. Um, Colton, did you want to talk about some of the earliest pieces of Innistrad?
Yeah. So it like important to note, I was not in Magic the first time we came to Innistrad. Right? So Innistrad, Darkest Hour, Avacyn Restored.
What about
Never
Shadows over
attracted.
Innistrad? Oh,
Well,
oh,
that's
sorry,
the
those are the
second.
first.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I forgot they had the whole block thing going on.
Yes, back when blocks were cool and good and a great way to tell a story through a ludo narrative such as Magic the Gathering, that was removed because of capitalism. I'm not
Yeah,
bitter.
we're fine.
So
We're so
yeah,
normal. We love this game.
um, the concept is Innistrad is gothic horror turned up to 11, right? Humans are not the top of the food chain. Everything else is. And it's humans barely eking out lives in a plane filled with werewolves, mad scientists a la Frankenstein, vampires, werewolves, zombies, ghosties, and all manner of other beasties that live in the woods.
So
Um,
to be clear, there are five like types or tribes,
yes.
mechanically speaking. Humans, spirits, zombies, vampires, and werewolves. We're talking about inhabitants. There are a few sapient races. Um, angels, demons, humans, homunculi, spirits, vampires, werewolves, and wolves. And there's some artificial ones too, like golems, scarecrows, constructs, gargoyles.
Technically, homunculi should be in that category.
It has artificial, but it's like sapient and then artificial.
Well,
So like they're
wolves
saying
aren't
golems.
sapient. Where is this? Where are you reading
I'm
this
literally
from?
on the wiki page.
I'm gonna have to edit the wiki soon, aren't I? God damn it.
They put wolves under sapient. Also, it's labeled wolfier and not wolves, but
Oh!
it just redirects to wolves.
Yeah, that's so strange. What the hell?
I love fandom wiki. I hate fandom wiki.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, homunculi should be an artificial.
Yeah,
Um,
but you love those guys.
oh, I'm not saying I don't. They're just specifically artificial. Like the homunculus is an artificial creation, right? That's like the one thing all homunculi have in common. They're created by something else. There's nowhere that homunculi just spawn out of the ether, right? Anyway, it's not important. Ah.
Ah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Go on. So, just to be clear, some of the like real world sort of inspiration for this, when we're thinking this, it is very gothic. I want you to
Except for
think
its
like,
brief stint into eldritch horror. But we'll
but that's not the setting though. Like from a
well,
gothic horror, we're to East Europe, Germanic think in terms of like real life equivalencies.
yeah.
Yeah.
With a quick jaunt over to the East Coast for 2 sets, and then back over to
Yeah.
because H.P. Lovecraft got his little hands on Innistrad for a brief period of time.
Which, don't worry, we'll be talking about those cards.
Yes. I love those cards. Anyway,
I don't.
well, that's what this show is for, to discuss and debate and prove you wrong, I guess.
Okay, sure. I'm the one behind the controls here, ma'am.
But yeah, so Innistrad is not a good place. My favorite joke is that Innistrad is just one continent on this plane, and everywhere else is just having a good time. Like the rest of the plane, good, everything's fine, and they've just tossed all the like bad stuff onto this continent.
That's my favorite theory for the Hunger Games.
I don't know. I know what the Hunger Games is, but I've never really interacted with it as a piece of media, so I can't relate.
The Hunger Games doesn't talk about anything outside of the U.S., and we have no idea what's happening globally. So the joke is that like the rest of the world is fine. The U.S. is just like that.
Ah, nice. Kind of like the Mad Max reference, where it's just like, no, that's just Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
love that.
Yep. Wow. Off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily off topic. It's a popular trope.
That is true. Who are? Let's see.
But yeah. So the first set story, the main thing is Avacyn, who is, for all intents and purposes, god on Innistrad. She's the closest thing to a god. Big goth angel mommy.
Big titty
yes,
goth mommy.
Yes. She has disappeared mysteriously, and everything's going to shit.
That's the first set where she disappears?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, no, she disappears between Innistrad and Darkest Hour, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No. I don't know. I think her disappearance isn't widely known until Darkest Hour. But
Okay.
I don't think she's... Because I know she only has a card in Avacyn Restored where she comes back.
Right. But is she not... Is the creation of Avacyn just, like, lore? Is it not, like, actually part of the block?
Yeah, I mean, no. Yeah, creation of Avacyn happened thousands of years before the block.
Okay.
But yeah, so so she protects the humans from all the ghosties and monsters and beasties and vampires. And she was created by this guy named Soren, who's a dick, and also a vampire, and also a planeswalker. And he's very moody, and he's he's the second most fail son planeswalker next to Luca.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he's the worst character, TM. You can tell he's the worst character because every single set he's in, the side he's on loses.
Oh.
So the main thing that caused the planeswalkers to fail in All Will Be One was Luca. And then he got corrupted and got put on the Phyrexians team, and then the Phyrexians lost. He's the worst. Everybody hates him. Elish Norn specifically says how much she hates him in her story. Like he's just the worst. He's awful. And Soren is only slightly less worse than Luca.
Right.
And yeah, Soren made this goth mommy to protect the plane. Then he fucked off. And yeah, the reason Avacyn disappeared was because the moon on Innistrad is made of silver, and on this plane, silver has a property of being anti supernatural things.
That's just real life.
Sure. And a big chunk of the moon fell down one day. And they were like, let's turn this into a magic prison. And they were able to essentially store demons and other things just in it forever. Including another planeswalker who really hates Soren, named Nahiri, who's pretty valid in everything she does.
They used to be friends, right? They were friends at one point?
Yeah, she was actually his apprentice, because those two and Ugin worked together to trap the Eldrazi on Zendikar.
Mm-hmm.
So then, blah 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 blah. Things happen. It's the darkest hour. Gisa and Geralf do a sibling rivalry and see who can siege a city better with their zombie army. Everything's collapsing. It's the darkest hour, hence the name.
Happy New Year, Hope.
Happy New Year! Hello, welcome. And then Liliana destroys the Hell Vault to kill a demon that's inside of the prison, letting loose Avacyn.
Demonic Master?
Yeah. Yes, who she immediately murdered. Because she was like, I don't want to be in a contract with you anymore. Die. And then the Avacyn came, beat everyone up, and everything was good. Again. Yeah. I mean, good in the Innistrad level, which is to say still very, very, very bad. But better. And then Nahiri also escaped, and she was like, fuck Soren. I hate this dude. The Gatewatch were gallivanting, being bad at their jobs. Nahiri started a infrastructure project on Innistrad. Finding out that the Eldrazi's had released, she created a series of cryptoliths, which are these big structures that generate ley line movement to a very specific point, which called Emrakul onto the plane. Because she was like, you fucked up my plane with the Eldrazi, I'm going to fuck up your plane with the Eldrazi.
Oh, she called him on purpose?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, girl.
Yeah. She was like, you used my plane to trap the Eldrazi, and then when I needed your help, you trapped me in a hell vault for 2,000 years, filled with demons.
Yeah.
This is your problem now.
Okay.
So yeah, she constructed these cryptoliths to draw Emrakul, and Emrakul kind of fucked things up for everyone. And then Nahari and Soren got in a fight, and Nahiri trapped him in a wall, which he somehow got out of because he needed to appear in War of the Spark, which is their best appearance, because while War of the Spark is happening, Nahiri and Soren are just fighting on Ravnica in the background. Throughout the entire set.
Yeah?
They're just like, the war's happening, everything's happening, Soren and Nahiri are off here squabbling.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just,
it's like petty, levels of petty that I aspire to.
It's levels of petty that you can only get with, like, your gay best friend,
Yeah.
Like, this is some, like, codependent, homoerotic relationships on the opposite spectrum.
So straight.
No, it's a homoerotic relationship, but you're a gay man and a lesbian.
Sure.
Normal gay vampire behavior per J.
Yeah. Very, yeah. So yeah, and the whole the Emrakul appearing was the Eldritch Moon, and then before Emrakul appeared, Emrakul was the shadow over Innistrad, hence the name of that set title.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Emrakul went, "Hi, hello, how are you?" And then Emrakul was
Bad.
like,
Actually,
"What the hell
what?
am I doing here?" And Emrakul had a great chat with Jace in Jace's mind, and Emrakul was like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to be here. Yeah, if you want to trap me, go for it." And then Tamio, who's been here since the original Innistrad block, studying the moon, because she's a moon folk. Tamio and Nissa used their magic, and Emrakul helped to trap Emrakul in the moon, where she remains to this day.
Where?
That's why there's a giant sigil on the moon of Innistrad.
So why?
Because silver traps.
Why?
Why did Emrakul help?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, "It's not my time. I'm sleepy." Let me get the yeah.
Does Emrakul use she, her pronouns?
Yep.
What? Girl boss. I'm sorry, Queen. I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. It's there should be blossoms, not barren resentment. The soil was not receptive. It is not my time. Not yet. Which was the quote. It's what she said to Jace right before she participated in the ritual to trap herself. And we don't know what that means, because Wizards of the Coast has either forgotten about it or is going to use it when their money well starts drying up. Who knows?
Right.
And so Emrakul getting trapped in the moon started fucking up said moon. And somehow this started creating a system where the plane was set in permanent night, which was very bad for a lot of reasons. Because one, you can't grow crops. Two, you have to worry about vampires always. And it also made werewolves stronger too. It made everything but humans stronger. And so the humans were like, no, not them. Oh, and Evison died in Shadow over the Innistrad.
How'd she die?
She went crazy because Emrakul was there, and then Soren was like, "Well, I guess I got to do this." And then old Yellard Evison.
Yeah, she didn't even die. She was unmade. He unmade her.
Yeah.
Which is like, she's like, "Well, I know you have to trap me forever because you can't unmake. Like you can't what you can't kill, you gotta trap." He goes, excuse me, and unmade her.
Yeah. Because he's not good at his job. Yeah. But anyway, so the plane is now in permanent night, and the humans decide to have a party about it. And the party is going to be at around this big giant doohickey called the Celestus, which has never been mentioned before, but it's always been there. And they're like, this party will, using the magic of the Celestus, keep the day-night cycle again. And then it doesn't, because the vampires stole Sigarda, who's the next angel in line, and one of the only angels not to get Emeracleized. Because Emrakul has weird corruption, Eldrazi powers. Very cool, very body horror, very Innsmouth-y, kind of. And so Sigarda and this key got stolen, and then Olivia Vendarin, who's like the most powerful vampire on the plane, was like, "Hey everyone, I'm getting married." And there was Wedding Crashers, the Magic the Gathering set, which a bunch of planeswalkers went to a vampire wedding, rescued Sigarda, got a key, and set the day-night cycle back. And if that wasn't bad enough, then the Phyrexians invaded. And actually, hold on, there's this wonderful card.
You know, that Sorin card from Crimson Vow.
Yeah.
It's my favorite card. It's my favorite Sorin card.
You like Twink Sorin?
He kind of looks like a twink, but if you actually look at his silhouette, he's not a twink. They did not paint him like a twink.
Sorry, I was thinking of the Modern Horizons Sorin.
No, the Mirthless Celebrant. One where his like shirt is so open and he looks pissed off because he hates whatever the fuck her name is. He does not want her as a step grandma.
Olivia Vendarin. Yeah, she's marrying his granddad.
Non-consensually.
Yeah, he's in a coma.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does magic.
I also hate that guy, though.
Yeah, he's the guy who created vampirism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, I want to feel sorry for Sorin. He is an idiot.
No, he's just the worst. Dance with Calamity.
Dance with Calamity.
Yeah. If you can bring that up on screen, it's one of my favorite cards. I forgot about it until we were talking about it. Which shows Innistrad midway through Phyrexian invasion.
Oh, that's very good. Very good Vortex, actually.
Yeah, that's the...
Hold on. Yeah.
Where it's just like, yep. Uh-huh.
Yep. Uh-huh.
It was just...
up here.
Okay, yeah.
Do. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. We're going to transform, paste. All right, Dance to Calamity.
Yeah.
Is a sorcery for 7 and 1 red. Shuffle your library. As many times as you choose, you may exile the top card of your library. If the total mana value of the cards exiled this way is 13 or less, you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana costs. What does the flavor text say, Colton?
It was just another day on Innistrad.
Yeah.
Which I adore, because everything is so bad on Innistrad constantly. The Phyrexian invasion, which is the worst thing that most planes has ever experienced in their entire history, is just like, yeah, par for the course.
Yeah, okay.
It's
what else?
We're doing.
That's it?
Yeah, it's just I adore it. Sorry if no. And
what?
Oh yeah, that's where we're at. We don't know. We know that Ludwig, Gisa, and Geralf survived, and the Gitrog monster, who's
is the Gitrog monster from Innistrad?
Yeah.
What the hell? I hate that thing.
Who's on Cowboy Plane for some inexplicable, insane reason.
It's like the Cowboy Plane. Thunder Junction is basically just a musical episode of Magic the Gathering.
I hate it so much. Also, so in Mom, they were doing team up cards, right?
Yeah,
where it's like Yeah, Fallion the Gitrog monster is Innistrad's team up card, where it's like two distinct legendary creatures working together to fight the Phyrexians. I stand that the Innistrad card should have been Gisa, Geralf, and the Gitrog monster.
Why?
Because that's a great name for a card.
Okay.
And Gavin Verhey agrees with me, kind of, because in Mystery Booster, the Mystery Booster 2, there's a card that's Gisa and Geralf and Halana and Elena.
Okay. You are extrapolating.
I like Gisa and Geralf should have been on one of the allied cards because it would have been funny. But no, Wizards is boring. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not bitter about it or anything.
You're kind of bitter about it.
To be fair, I'm bitter about a lot of things. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, that is
I need to show everyone what Soren in particular that we were talking about.
Yes, yeah. Stupid, sexy
Soren the Mirthless. I'm sorry, not Mirthless Celebrant. This is, I love this card a lot. Not only because he looks hot, but the art itself is just really good. I love the way that they have like the overlays with the petals, with the blood petals. Also, this is my favorite Magic the Gathering artist, Martina Fakova. Probably mispronouncing her last name. My favorite artist. She's done a lot of other really great ones, like the Grievous Wound.
Oh yeah. Oh, she did Angel of Suffering. Love that.
The hot one. Yeah, she's really good at drawing hot men. I love her a lot. I can only hope she's at MagicCon. See, Hope, it's so funny. Hope, did you? Oh,
she did Lord Xander too.
Did you miss the whole conversation about Soren and Nahiri and like the gay best friends fighting? Did you miss that? Because it's very funny. Hope asked if Soren was single.
Yes, but not boy choice. He's for all intents and purposes an incel.
Yeah?
He's the vampire planeswalker equivalent of an incel, because everything he does just makes people hate him. And then he complains about no one likes him.
He's like if Robert Pattinson playing Edward Cullen was actually a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him though. Don't worry about it. I love you, Soren. Sometimes you all say a bunch of magic words and I hear them and it's like dangling magic card keys from a baby. I'm the baby. Oh, yeah. That's okay. You know what though? I also didn't understand 100% of what Colton was saying. Or even like understanding them but being like, I only know this in a very specific context, and I feel like you're skipping some context.
You could have stopped me and asked for more.
No, I did a couple times.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. No, and that's generally like the blocks. Not quite like the lore from start to finish, but that is as they've been presented within cards for the timeline.
Yeah.
Hope you are so sweet. So do y'all know Tybalt? Y'all know Tybalt?
Yeah. My little bastard. My favorite little bastard.
He's kind of cool. I think he's cool.
The Marquis de Sade reference.
Yeah, Tybalt's trick.
Because what gothic horror is complete. What gothic horror pastiche is complete without a reference to the Marquis de Sade?
I don't know what that is.
The Marquis de Sade is the guy who was so fucked up, he got a thing named after him. Sadism.
Ah.
Because Tybalt's entire thing was that he was such a sadist that the devils of Innistrad were like, hey, this guy's cool. And then merged with him.
Yeah, he's a half devil now. I thought his home plane was Kaldheim, if I'm honest.
Nope. That's why he was tricking everyone in Kaldheim. That's why he was like the god of lies, because he killed the god of lies and just took his place because no one knew what the god of lies looked like.
That's pretty swaggy.
Oh yeah, he's great. And then he died off screen because why would we want to have a compelling end to his story? Or see a planeswalker, a Phyrexian planeswalker version of him. That wouldn't be cool at all, right?
No, not at all. Or like, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting.
Because like, it would have been like so cool to have like Mom be like a multi-set block that we actually see the invasion go through, and
so
one is like a Super Friends
Mom.
Yeah,
it's March of the Machine.
Yeah, which was the set that a multi-month invasion of Phyrexia to every single plane in the multiverse started and ended because Elish Norn was an idiot. And yeah, he was the worst planeswalker, then he was the best planeswalker, then he got hit by an elf and died. That is the exact perfect... No, that's it. That is 100% it. Oh, hot elf. Buff elf. Himbo, the himbo of Magic the Gathering.
Is he like the leader of the elves?
No, his brother is the leader of the elves.
Oh, so he's a shitty younger prince. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's best.
Yeah. Yep, he's the second in line to the throne, and he decided to get muscles and learn how to punch things and be generally a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. He is really fucking funny in Duskmourn.
Because he's the one who's like, I can punch with math now, or whatever, right? Once he meets Simone.
No, what makes him really funny to me in Duskmourn is when he just he's like, guys, we can't fall for the house's tricks. And then the house makes him hear like a woman in distress. He goes, I have to save her, and then runs off.
Yeah, that tracks.
And Zimone's like, can you wear a shirt? And he puts on like molding carpet, like as a vest. He goes, how is this? She's like, I guess.
Iconic.
I love him a lot. He has a power to like make material his body.
Yep. It's Kevin 11 from Ben 10. But Magic the Gathering.
Hope, what is your question?
Oh yeah, go for it.
And we're gonna start talking about some cards.
They used to. Some of them were actually really good. They're all right here. Some of them were terrible. And then they stopped. And then they started publishing web fiction. And then they published a short story, which was a novella, which was fantastic and set on Innistrad. We'll talk about it in a bit. And then they released 2 atrocious novels, 2 novels that no one cared about. And then they scrapped one set's entire story because it was going to be a novel, but they decided it was better just to don't ever publish that novel or any web fiction, so we don't actually even know what happened in Theros Beyond Death because they've never actually released any story for it.
Really?
Yeah, and then they published web fiction again And that's where we are.
So okay, so Hope. So Hope's question was, where does lore come from? Do they release novels with each set? As Colin just explained, they used to. What they do now, I don't know when they started it, but when I started reading it,
Around after the original Zendikar, I think.
okay, they have all of the like lore-based stories on their site, and they
Unless it
start
got deleted by the 404 when they transferred their site without actually following archival
and backing their shit up.
systems, and deleted about a good 40% of all articles on the website, which now means you only can access them through a third party site.
That's pretty swaggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the thing is, like they'll release lore in short stories, and they'll release them by like chapters or like chunks in the months leading up to it. I think they should be starting to publish Aether Drift in the next couple weeks, like the first parts of Aether Drift in the next couple weeks here. Um, Innistrad Remastered. So Innistrad is a very old plane. It's a plane that Magic has. I'm bookmarking that, by the way. Colton
Yeah,
just dropped
this
the link
is
for
this is
mtglore.com.
a website that has literally everything,
Good.
except for the novels, because it's though some of the novels, I think, actually, yeah, some of the novels are on Internet Archive, and the ones that are on Internet Archive are linked in this on this website. Um, yeah, the podcast, which I believe is, oh god, what's the podcast called? Jay, what's the podcast called?
They do have a podcast that reads the stories out loud, but apparently before Thunder Junction, they just recap it.
Yes, it is. Hope. It's a Ian M. Banks's The Culture reference. Oh my god, what is the Vorthos cast? Vorthos cast is really cool, and Charles has a good friend on it, so that's cool. I know, right? Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
I had to change it because Twitch was being weird. But anyway.
Colton, you cut me off. I don't remember what the fuck I was going to say.
I don't know either. I'm sorry.
The Vorthos podcast?
Vorthos cast? Vorthos something. I can also link it. Hold on. Because the guy who runs MTG Lore is on Vorthos cast, I think.
Anyway, for how we know this much lore about like a new set, so Innistrad Remastered is not a new set. Innistrad is a very old set. The remastering is just re-releasing cards from previous sets, which there have been a lot. There's been, Shadows over Innistrad. I'm blanking on every single other one. God, I sound like an idiot. But there's a lot. The
Innistrad ones?
Yeah, the Innistrad ones. I can't think of anyone with Shadows over Innistrad.
Shadows over Innistrad, Eldritch Mood, Crimson Vow, Midnight Hunt, Dark Ascension. Dark Ascension, not Darkest Hour. Darkest Hour was the ability on some of the Dark Ascension cards. Innistrad and Avacyn Restored.
Yeah. So, I want to talk about Avacyn for a moment here.
Yes.
My favorite Avacyn card, to be fair, it's a little bit OP. Avacyn Angel of Hope. I love Avacyn. This is my favorite card. She's basically one of my win cons.
Hate it. Beloathed. Yeah, beloathed is...
Everyone hates her so unnecessarily. So what
unnecessarily?
Unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily?
This is just misogyny.
No, if you played Archangel Evison or Evison Guardian Angel, or anything else, it would be
Me.
yeah. If it it's,
No. Avacyn, Angel of Hope, costs 5 whole fucking mana to cast. She's
eight
a legendary creature, an angel. She has flying, vigilance, and indestructible. Other permanents you control have indestructible.
evil,
Um,
evil, evil, mean, evil, evil.
no, you're stereotyping goths.
No, I'm not. I
Yeah,
like goths. I don't like
mm-hmm.
this goth in this specific card.
I don't think that Angel of Hope will be re-released with Remastered.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, the way I say that, the only reason why I say that, because she was released with Commander Masters, right? I don't think she was released in an Innistrad set.
Yeah, she was.
Was she?
Yeah, Avacyn Restored.
Fuck
Right?
me,
Yeah.
dude. I'm an idiot.
This is the Avacyn that was restored in Avacyn Restored.
I might be stupid. I'll be honest. I might be stupid. I do really want that that fucking promo though. The Double Masters.
Oh yeah.
Borderless. I love borderless art. Here's the thing. Sometimes the borderless art is just not good. It's just not as good as the usual art or the flavor text. I am a bitch for flavor text. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's the flavor text that says what happens in Avacyn Restored.
Okay, I think I don't
Excuse me. Hi.
Jay asked, how am I supposed to do Lizard's form if the angels are indestructible? Well,
Exactly.
Jay, you just make the lizards hit me.
Yeah, but all your angels have indestructible.
No,
and
his
vigilance.
Lizards deal non-combat damage directly to a player.
Sure.
Anyway, I have a lot of other angels to talk about. Not angels. Well, we have 2 angels in particular. Do you want to talk about the angels, Colton?
Oh yeah. The best friends.
Were they best friends?
Oh, they were sisters.
Oh, they were sisters.
Sister.
Why are you saying it like that?
Have you never seen White Christmas with Bing Crosby?
No.
Oh, there's 2 like showgirls in the like 2 main love interests. They do a song number where it's like sisters, and then I don't remember the rest of the music number, but it's cute. And
anyway, here's Gisela.
yes. Yeah, she's this is her this is the after photo of Emrakul showing up to the plane. This is what happens when Emrakul shows up somewhere. And goes crazy a little bit. And then same with Bruna, her sister. We do have a earlier Gisela as well. But
Blade of Gold Knight.
Yes.
Which I don't have up. But here's Bruna.
Which is fine. Yeah, Bruna is
Oh, so Gisela Blade of Gold Knight and Gisela the Broken Blade.
Yeah. Yep. And then Bruna also has one, and she's also going a little crazy. And then they do a Dragon Ball Z reference and do the little dance, and they go like this, and then they merge into everyone's favorite angel, Bracilla. Bracilla.
Voice of Nightmares.
Who's having a great time. And by that I mean an awful time. And by that I mean I love this card so much. It's so cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I adore it.
Yep.
Um,
So let's read a little bit about here now, right? So Gisela, hold on, let me back this up a little
yeah, so
bit.
there
I
were
want to see.
5 archangels in the Church of Avacyn, right? Each of them were in white mana and a different color, except for Avacyn, who is only in white mana. Sigarda, Bruna, Gisela, someone, and Sigarda were the
Was the one that started
5.
with an M that's Edgar killed?
Yeah, but she came back.
Oh, okay.
Or no, she didn't come back. She was the one, the black white one that appeared in the last Innistrad set,
I
or
have no
maybe
idea.
I don't know. She's someone. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, so when we look here
There were
for
sisters.
Priscilla, Voice of Nightmares,
Yeah,
um there's a couple different flavor texts. The one for the secret lair, which I really, really want. Flesh tears, then knits anew. Bones crack, splinter, and fuse together. 2 sundered bodies become one writhing mass. The one becomes Emrakul.
yeah. Emrakul is incredibly dangerous just to be around, and that's why I adore her, because she's just all the right things of fucked up. Um, and like, yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. Let's. You want to talk about Emrakul? Here's Emrakul. They're
yeah,
reprinting Emrakul.
yeah. Of course they are.
I hate
She's like
Emrakul.
$60. They need to.
Which,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, that's good.
yeah.
So I'm sorry. So the one that I hate the most is Emrakul: The World Anew
Oh, the new one.
from Modern Horizons 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Emrakul: The World Anew. When you cast a spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls.
yeah. Because they turn into horrible flesh monsters.
But you steal my entire board.
Yeah, because they got turned into horrible flesh monsters.
When Emrakul: The World Anew leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control. It has a madness cost of 6 colorless.
Yeah, because all the horrible flesh monsters. Turns out, when your magical god being turns your heart into 3 different spleens, die or goes away, the magic that was sustaining you stops allowing 3 different spleens to act like a heart. So as soon as Emrakul got put away in the moon, everything fucking died. That was like all Eldrazi. Um, which wasn't great for them, but c'est la vie.
Yeah. Hmm.
It
And
also messed with the ley lines, which made all the zombies weaker.
really
Yep. Um,
interesting.
well, it was a combination of Nissa messing with the ley lines and Liliana bringing about 90 to 95%
Nissa?
of all. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
Nissa.
Nahiri was doing that.
So Nahiri did that. Nissa also did that
Why did Nissa do that?
because the ley lines needed to be moved in order to trap Emrakul in the moon.
Oh, okay. So she moved them after Nahiri fucked with them.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So a combination of Nissa messing with around with ley lines and Liliana essentially raising 90 to 95% of all zombies on the plane, sort of limited the amount of stuff that the ghoul callers could use, and that's why all the zombies that are summoned, that are created in Midnight Hunt,
They have decay.
have decayed. Yeah,
Oh,
because they're
interesting.
not as good. Um, which I find a really cute use of the Ludo narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We got about 20 minutes. What other cards did you want to talk about? I have all of them like loaded, ready.
Let's talk about everyone's favorite boy, Oglor.
Oglor.
So, one of my things is I adore little guys. And Innistrad's homunculi are so adorable.
Sapient, non-constructed creatures.
Apparently, God was gonna. As soon as we're done with this, I genuinely am editing this wiki because what the hell?
What the heck? Anyway, talk about Oglor.
Well, so we've heard Oglor was printed in the alchemy for something, Innistrad something or other. I don't know where he was printed. I don't pay attention to that.
Well, it was Alchemy 22.
Yes. Oh yeah, so he was printed in Midnight Hunt, I'm assuming. But we've heard from him several times, such as
like that thing in Mando Season 3 that won the Darksaber from Din.
Oh my god, he does, doesn't he?
That's
with his like one eye. Yeah, interesting. Can we go to Stitcher's Apprentice, please? Because then we get to see where we heard from Oglor previously.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's up. What did I say?
Yeah. So we get a lovely image of a homunculi creating another homunculi, and we get the most amazing flavor text of Oglor create life, Oglor take it away, Oglor God, until Master return. Which is just cute. Like they're sapient little creatures. They have these giant like they're almost like diving helmets from like the 18 whatevers. But with just one massive eye, and they're just such a cute little design. I love them with all my heart. And yeah.
Yeah, your little guy.
What's next? Oh, we should also talk about Decimator of Provinces, because this is also a thing about Emrakul.
I don't have that loaded.
Oh,
Colton.
It was in the list.
Oh my god! Sorry, you sent me your list 5 minutes before we were supposed to meet.
30 minutes, thank you. Never mind.
Fuck. No, fuck. Wait, no. Shush. I remember saving this card. Decimeter. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I had it. It just wasn't in here. Look at it. Decimator of the Provinces.
Yeah, so Big Pig.
Big Pig. Mm-hmm.
Big Pig.
Eldrazi Pig.
Eldrazi Pig. So there was this wonderful ability in Eldritch Moon that was essentially had the Eldrazi bursting alien forth from things' bodies, which was really cool. And Big Pig is one of them. Big Pig is, of course, a reference to a previous Innistrad card called, oh my god. What the hell? It's an entire deck archetype.
I don't know. You mean the Mutate?
No.
R.I.P. Borgod from Princess Mononoke. Yeah? Thinking real hard.
Craterhoof Behemoth.
Craterhoof Behemoth.
Yeah. Decimator of Provinces is not as good as Craterhoof, because creatures only get +2/+2 instead of +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. But it's still a big finisher, and Decimator of Provinces was one of my favorite end cards to play in Finisher, yeah.
Yeah.
And Emerge has shown up a few more times. Mainly
Yeah.
2 other times. One in Heragast, which is a dragon that gives everything else a merge,
Oh,
which is
okay.
cool. And then also in a Doctor Who card called Adipose Offspring,
No, no.
which are these tiny
No.
little blobby dudes that are cute, and they also emerge
No.
from
No.
humans.
No.
In one of the best Doctor Who episodes ever. It's one of the most
Yeah,
well written episodes of all time.
That's the one where Donna comes back, right?
Yeah,
And she's
yep,
talking to
yep,
him through the door. Mm-hmm.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That scene alone is just oh, so good.
It's good. If you couldn't get it, adipose is made out of body fat.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just little guys made out of body fat. One of the best uses of CGI I think ever.
Yeah, well, sure. In Doctor Who. In Doctor Who, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute. You got eel arms.
Yeah.
The last card I want to talk about. Actually, no, we have 2 more cards.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Delver of Secrets.
You have like 4 more cards.
Yeah, but we're running low on time, and this one's going to be this one's going to take some time. So
Okay. Delver of Secrets.
yes,
It is a 1 blue mana creature human wizard. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If an instant or sorcery card is revealed this way, transform Delver of Secrets.
and what does Delver of Secrets turn into?
What does Delver of Secrets turn into? Well, what is the flavor text read, Colton?
If my hypothesis is correct,
Turns into Insectile Aberration. It's a creature, a human insect. It has flying.
aha, yes, now I hear the beautiful poetry of the lights in the sky. I must reach the moon and ask what it all means. So this is the Fly, just straight up the Fly, the movie The Fly, and this is how you do a reference, Duskborn. This is how you do a reference.
I think they were doing the same exact way that they were doing it before.
No, because here's the thing. This is a reference, right? It does not reference its source material at all, other than the art and the vibes. Right? This is the story, the flavor text fits into the lore of the world, right? It's the flavor text is not referencing itself again, right? And it's just we didn't need children of the wheat, orphans of the wheat, right? I hate Orphans of the Wheat so much.
So
It's
one
like-
thing to note, one thing that I'm kind of like a little bit excited for and a little bit loathing is that Innistrad is known for its double-sided cards.
Yes.
The Insectile Aberration and the Delver of Secrets. I fucked up naming the card. It is the same card. So the face of the card is Delver of Secrets, and then you transform it, and then you flip it over. All of the werewolf cards are like this. I will say I am excited about some of the frames that they're bringing back. Like, for example, Huntmaster of the Fells has this really cool, like, alt art and, like, the frame for it.
Is it the Coven frame? Yeah, the Coven frame. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's so good. I'm making a Tovolar deck, so I'm making a werewolf deck. And as many of these frames as I can get, I'm putting in this deck. I have a lot of them because werewolves really aren't that expensive. So
Because most of them are not good, except for in werewolf commander decks.
Yeah, that's why I'm building a werewolf commander deck. Huntmaster of the Fells. I didn't actually grab because they didn't release the back of Huntmaster of the Fells. Um, but if you flip it over, it turns into the moon motif, and it's a werewolf because it's a werewolf, right? Um, and these are the same way. In Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt, they released these reminder cards that you could write on to like where you could write down the specifics of like what the other side of the card was.
Well, they've done that since the original Innistrad.
Well, I have a deck's worth of them because I bought a draft box.
Oh.
So, you know what else I have a lot of?
Hmm.
Cradle
Non-opaque
Safety.
sleeves. Oh, sure.
I hate Cradle Safety. I hate that card for no other reason than I have so many of them, and also that guy we were playing with yesterday kept using it. So, that's my opinion on Cradle of Safety. Beautiful card.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cute.
Don't care for it otherwise. But on the reverse side, not the reverse, not the literal reverse side of the card, on the vampires, we also have the really cool vampire frames going on there.
Yeah,
I love them. They're also reprinting Blood Artist. I am not excited. Blood Artist is a really good card.
which I find so interesting because oh wait, no, sorry. That looks like the alt art Blood Artist from New Capenna. I thought they were the same art. Never mind, ignore me.
Oh, okay. Yes, Blood Artist. It's a 0/1, a creature vampire for 1 and 1 black. Whenever this creature or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. I. It's so annoying to play against. It was only.
I prefer this art.
Hope I come back with my cereal and there's a hottie. Yeah.
Wait.
Jumpstart 20. Oh, yeah. Okay, I understand here. Hold on. I'm getting the other one up, the one that Colton likes the best.
Yeah.
Give me a moment here.
He's anguished.
Yeah, sure.
It's got more angst.
Got more angst.
Yeah. And a jawline. That's probably yeah.
There you go. Colton's favorite blood artist.
Actually, I mean, technically, my favorite Blood Artist is the one that's going crazy from the Double Masters, but that's not important.
Okay.
This is my most aesthetic Blood Artist.
Okay, we got a bunch of bisexuals in the chat here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want? Oh, we can't not without talking about Meat Hook Massacre.
Oh yeah.
The original one.
Not Meat Hook Massacre 2. Because get it? Because 80s movies had sequels. Do you get it, Franz? Do you get the joke?
I don't understand what your problem with that is. It is a reference that does not directly reference.
But it's
the
like
vibes are there. Colton, yeah. What is the criteria you listed earlier? Yeah.
Except for it's just like
I think
the card needs to work.
Horror.
The card, no, I love 80s horror. The card needs to work without. It's like it can't use its. Okay, I'm trying to think of how. Yeah, that's fair.
I do want to say, Wizards is starting to run away a little bit with like the movie poster cards. Like they also have one with Emrakul. These are impossible to read. I need Oracle text for these motherfuckers. It's really cool, by God, I hate looking at it.
Yeah.
I hate reading it. Um, I just needed to say that. Um,
Great board wipe.
Great board wipe. I don't like looking at it. I don't. To be fair, I don't need to read it because I'm never playing it. It comes out and I go, oh, okay, my creatures are dead.
Why aren't you playing it? You should be playing this.
I don't play anything that I want to mass board wipe.
Really? Not even
Yeah.
your vampire nonsense?
I don't. What vampire nonsense? I don't have any vampire nonsense right now.
Oh, never mind then.
I may have a
The-
list somewhere, but I don't have
Yeah.
any actual. Oh, are you talking? Are you talking about
Not.
Santa Yolanda?
Yeah, Alanda.
Yeah. Well, that's mono white.
Is it? Oh,
Yes,
yeah, it is. Right.
The
right.
alchemy card Saint Yolanda. That's mono white. Yeah.
Right.
Which is why I got the idea for angels.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Um,
We have a couple more cards. Did you want to talk about Geist?
Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, let's just set that up and it's something fun to look at.
Yeah.
Made by an artist who's very technically skilled.
Best thing I could say about him. That's true.
Yeah. It's just, this is one of my favorite pieces of Magic the Gathering art ever, because it's just so, like, it gets the themes and the vibes of Innistrad so right, where it's like this terrifying thing, and like the art just evokes like quiet and solitude, and like I think that's something that's missing from a lot of the more recent Innistrad stuff, where the first Innistrad block, the art was defined by silence and solitude. And I feel like it gets very busy recently, has gotten busy even since Shadows. But like this one just like epitomizes just this wonderful like glimpse of this like very breathtakingly gorgeous scene, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we would be amiss not to talk about the flavor text. Death has bound it with chains of past regrets. Forever it searches for atonement, each kindness removing a single link.
Yeah, which like as a reference to the Christmas A Christmas Carol, it does a good job, right?
I am
It's
so happy I just don't consume media.
You've never heard of the Christmas Carol?
No, I have.
Yeah.
I watched the Muppets. Thank you.
That is I say this without any shred of irony. That is the single best like
Adaptation?
adaptation of Dickens's A Christmas Carol that has ever been made.
What about the Mickey Mouse one?
No.
Yeah, no, I mean like but I don't make these sort of connections within media because I don't understand like I don't think about it. I don't think about movies and TV shows.
This is what happens when you get an English degree. This is literally all I can think about.
I went to the College of Education. It was not English related.
Yeah.
So
We're
but,
like
yeah.
this is I mean, this is a ghost from Dickens's A Christmas Carol. This is one of the ghosts that Scrooge sees.
DuckTales reboot.
That Scrooge sees while Marley is yelling at him to be a better person. He's about to get haunted, right? There's a ghost who's trying to warm, because like in Dickens's version of hell is the chains that you create in life. And the like worse you are, the heavier your chains are. And you're forced in death to wear these chains and walk around the earth and witness the cruelty. And this Innistrad actually produces more hope than Dickens's original story, because it these chapelgeists can remove their chains slowly, but they can, unlike in Dickens, where they're not allowed to do that or interact with humanity, except for Marley specifically being like, hey, you're about to get haunted. Or Marley and Marley in the Muppets version, because there's only one in the original novel. And yeah, it's a gorgeous piece of art. Moorbacher is a great artist. He really understands the vibes. He's the vibes artist. His angels are brilliant, both in character design and in the thematics. It's just a shame he's a crypto bro NFT weirdo.
Yeah, he jumped on that NFT train real fucking fast. To be fair,
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, he did it to his own art to protect his brand. But he was also like 100% believed in it, which is what I point and laugh at him about.
And like, of things that magic artists have done, it's on the lower spectrum of awfulness.
Quick, magic artist, what's your opinion on trans women?
Or yeah, there's been a few magic artists who have not been great.
To say the least.
Yeah, and so like I give Moorbacher a half of a pass, because like,
I mean, I've bought his art to use as tokens.
Those frames right there are framed Moorbacher prints.
Yeah, they don't show up on the stream, but right off screen there's a framed Moorbacher print. I own a lot of the like mini, like the Angelarium. I own a lot of like the mini like deck size cards.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I love them. I looked through them for inspiration to like name my Asmar character, you know.
Nice.
It's too bad he has a terrible personality. Anyway, we're not here to shit on magic artists. I'm back to Kickstarter to get tokens from Zara something. She's a magic artist. And I'm very excited for them. They look really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We should do a magic artists episode.
Yeah, I Martina Fakova, you have my number.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very excited. We should definitely do that. I'm hoping to pick up some proofs and some stuff from MagicCon. I'm really excited. Wizards, release the list of artists. Thank you.
Apparently Wizards has messed up a little bit with Chicago.
Really? What do you mean?
Oh, with like some of their people. Because like Loading Ready Run did not like they've not talked about it much, other than being like, yeah, some stuff not on our end got messed up, so we're not going to be able to do things that we wanted to do.
Oh, it sucks. I know you wanted to see them.
I mean, they're still coming, but they're not able to like hold Loading Ready Run events or anything. I'm a Jeremy Wilson stan right now. I adore Jeremy Wilson's art.
Jeremy Wilson is really good.
I adore like his use of like null space. Oh, and he did Victor. I forgot he did Victor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have the print that like the print card that came in like the packs.
Nice.
I was gonna put it in my wallet, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in the little window.
That's unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate. Jay requested Ilse Gord.
That would be wonderful hope. I'm gonna message you about that.
It's so sad that with this beautiful art of
Oh,
Ajani,
yeah.
and it just it
Oh yeah, see Modern Horizons 3. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, we already talked about this. Okay, okay, okay. We already talked about this.
Oh yeah, but
We already talked about this.
I
Anyway,
just I
we will do a magic. Regal Bunnycorn. I love Regal Bunnycorn.
Regal Bunnycorn is adorable.
It's really good. Okay, we are actually going to close it here. Um, um, but I think next week, so it comes out the 24th, which means that in stores it's gonna come out the 17th. Because I think the 24th
Yes.
is like the full retail release date, and then like usually local like small game stores get it like the week before. It's really weird and doesn't make any sense. Um, so this week is when it's supposed to go on pre-order at my local game store. I'll be picking up a ton of shit up. Maybe I'll open up a couple packs on stream just to see what some of the stuff is. Um, don't forget. So Saturday the 4th, I was on stream. I was playing Dragon Dowser by Hashling Games. Rich, who's like one of the creators, is actually in the chat with me, like just like playing with me with this game. It is a solo journaling game. This month in January, I am doing solo slash like journaling RPGs. Um, the VOD is up on Twitch, and I'll be putting it up on Twitter. Not Twitter, fuck my life, on YouTube. Um, but next Saturday, this Saturday, the 11th, I will be playing The Empress and Her Seer, which uses tarot cards to
Ooh.
determine you are the Empress's seer, and you are interpreting her dreams. So you use tarot cards for the prompt for what her dream was, and you sort of go through like these sets and visits for the Empress and sort of build this narrative based on what you pull from the tarot cards. I'm doing it every Saturday in January. So I also have a couple other ones where I play as a little elfling to bring back spring. And then I also have one called the 11th Beast, which is spooky scary. So just check it out every Saturday in January. It's in our Discord server. It's scheduled on the Twitch too. You can find the dates on our Blue Sky as well, so you should check it out. You know what we forgot to do at the top?
Hmm.
We forgot to talk about our sponsors.
Oh my God, our sponsors! We love our.
Our
No,
sponsors.
we did.
No, we did not. We did not talk about our sponsors.
Did we not?
We did not. Mm-mm.
I'm so out
I
of it
opened the
tonight.
stream with complaining about the guy at Commander Day.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking.
I just dropped our Blue Sky in there, by the way. It's nerdsmith.org is our whole handle there. So we're sponsored by Die Hard Dice. You get 10% off your entire purchase using the link in the chat or by using the code Nerdsmith. They have Magic the Gathering stuff. They have lifelink counters. They have countdown dies. We actually got yesterday we got a compliment from the Die Hard spin down D6s that Jay was using as counters. Because they're really cool because they have the arrows that tell you which way the next number is, so you can spin them down. It's really cool, really neat. They got a ton of cool stuff. We are also sponsored by World Anvil. Link in the chat brings you the world of Vale, which is a homebrew world that Nerdsmith has used in the past. It is basically a digital aid to store your world building. That world building for anything: running a game, writing a novel, doing an elaborate RP scenario. World Anvil is going to be like there for you. We have the highest paid tier, which is the Sage tier. Lot of really cool features, and of course the base account is free. And then we are an affiliate of Hero Forge. It's a free to use online character designer. You can create miniatures, you can create statuettes. They have 1/4 statuettes now, by the way. You can buy.
Really?
Yes. You can buy extra large minis. You can get ones with really big wings. You can get mounts. You can get centaurs. You can get little pets. You can get them you can get a like a printed colored. You can get them primed. Like, there's a ton of options where you can do acrylic standees, a lot. Um, Thank you, Hope. So if you are watching this on our YouTube later, leave a like and a comment. If you have any suggestions for what you would like to hear us talk about, feel free to leave that too. I don't know what I planned when I started making this stream, but it really has turned into a podcast, which I am not upset about.
Yeah, yeah.
I have all of like our topics planned almost through February at this point. So
Well, with the
I'm
cube thing, it is through February.
I think we have one more thing, one more opening through February, but we have the first one in March planned because that's going to be talking about MatchCon.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We have it through February,
Okay, well,
or at least the ones I'm going to be here.
yes,
Because I've written
yes.
down. Yeah. Because I'm not
Yes.
going to be here the 17th. Right.
Yeah. But okay, cool. Yes, thank you all again for coming out. I super appreciate it. Hope to see you
Yes.
next week. Next week, we're talking about deck building.
Yeah. We are. Right. Yes.
We made some last minute changes. Yes, so we're talking about giving and taking criticism in deck building. Really hope to see you there. It's going to be really interesting, and it again sort of ties into the social aspect, but I digress. Have a great everyone, and I'll see you Saturday or next week at the latest.
Yeah.
Bye.
And
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Do your fucking intro. Bro. Do your fucking
Yeah,
intro. Who are you?
no, I've been Colton. I mean, I always am Colton, but I've been Colton. And if you want to find me in other places, I've kind of stepped away from most other social medias. But you can find me on the Star Wars 5e actual play podcast set in the High Republic called For Light and Dice. Which is very fun, everything silly, and we're about to hit our 100th episode next month, I'm pretty sure, which is very exciting. And then, yeah, you can also find me here. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now for real. Good night. I love you.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.